and welcome to the Siddersknits podcast. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Arlene.
And we are excited to get this podcast started up again. This is our first podcast of the year, and we're kind of changing it and rebranding, maybe. So we decided that we wanted to start this podcast together, and it's actually what do you call their kids? What do you call when you bring something back? What's that word? Like when a show gets canceled and it comes back?
I know what you're talking about, but that's what we're doing. So we had a podcast back in, was it like 2010? I mean, years ago.
Yeah, it was 2010. Okay.
We had a podcast called Siddersknits, and that was when it was just audio. So you could download it on iTunes, and we had, started what we did that like every other week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, and life got busy, and I think that's, you just graduated from high school.
Yeah, so it's been about 10 years.
And then, and different jobs and that kind of thing, and it just kind of went by the wayside. And then, so we've been talking about wanting to do a podcast for a while now, and we think it's a really great way to start doing more knitting. So Sydney's been knitting still continuously.
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, I quit for probably 5 years. Like when my son was born, for a while I just quit.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then I started it up maybe a year and a half ago. I started knitting again and trying to, because that's something that we enjoy doing.
And I thought about it. That's as far as I've done a little bit, but I haven't really finished much of anything.
So now you're going to go crazy and knit a lot.
Yeah, I know. And see, and then right now when it's like almost 100 degrees outside, it's hard for me to think about knitting, but socks are fun, which is what I have. We'll get into that a little bit later. But
so our first segment, are we ready to start our segment? Okay.
I think so. And we wanted to tell them where we're from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we live in northern Nevada, in the Reno area. So it's north, of course, Reno, more by the Sierra Nevada mountains, not Las Vegas. So
yeah, we're like 6 hours away from Vegas.
When I complain about the heat, I shouldn't complain about the heat.
Yeah, at least it's not like 120.
I know.
Just close to 100.
Yeah. Okay, so and we've got like a little bit of an outline of what we're going to do for our podcast. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first one.
So first segment is going to be Mission Accomplished.
And this section is going to be really short this time.
Because there's nothing.
We have nothing.
So no finished objects. So moving on.
Moving on to Stitches Started.
Okay, so you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
I'll go first. So I have a couple things. I brought them back here that I've been working on for a little while. So this first one is this cute little Dr. Who bag.
Yeah. Where did you get? I gave that to you for Christmas.
No, you gave me a different Dr. Who bag. This one is, I think it was from Tesla Knits, and it was like on sale. So I mean, I liked it, but I like things when they're on sale too.
That's cute.
Because I needed project bags. Now I think I have enough, but I needed some. So it's a sock. I actually have one done, so I guess I have a hoe.
That's cute.
This way.
Look at that.
So there's the first one.
Let's see.
You want to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. And
this is really nice.
Here's the second one. So I've got, a couple more inches on the foot to do.
So is this just self-striping yarn?
Yeah.
Is.
So it's,
look at that.
I think it's like Patons Kroy or something.
Yeah.
And so I got it at Hobby Lobby. Like,
you did?
I think before Belle was born. So like probably 3 years ago.
Oh
yeah, that's to mark where the toe starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started these probably like 2 years ago. I started them when I was getting back into knitting, and I was doing them 2 at a time. But I don't really like 2 at a time because it just felt like it took forever. So then at the heel, I put them 1 at a time to finish them, and then I did. So this is a 9-inch circular. So that's.
Oh, that's
but then
really small.
I was using like a paper clip for a stitch marker, and it fell off. So I have to figure out where the start of the line is.
So we're doing our podcast right now, and we do have kids in the background. So if you see our eyes kind of moving off, they're doing really good. They're being quiet, but they're, Mom, can I do this? Can I do this? Which means, can they play their tablet?
Yeah, they want the tablets. So that's
Go ahead.
One of the bribes is play the tablets.
Go ahead.
Be quiet. But so anyway, so this sock I'm trying to get it done because my husband could really use some new socks, and I could really use to get these done because, like I said, it's been like 3 years.
This is really nice. Okay, and what kind of yarn is this?
I think it's Patons Kroy. I think that's what it's called.
So you can see.
And it's pretty cheap. Like, and I didn't even use the whole ball for.
And it's wool. Is it washable?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
We'll find out.
A very long time. Yeah,
there you
we'll
go.
Find out.
That's nice. I like
that.
Yeah,
so I like that.
Will it be done at, Christmas present, right?
Well, yeah, it's been his Christmas present, his birthday present, his Father's Day present. I just keep giving it back to him.
So in our family, we're known for that. And we started out thinking, oh, we're going to make some really nice Christmas gifts. And so then we might, I've done this before, and you're like, okay, here's one sock, and then you're promised the other.
Yeah.
And it could be a while. Because,
a couple years,
yeah,
maybe.
I tend to get bored after one sock. I'm like, yeah, let's start another one.
Yeah. So that's something I'm working on is, like, not starting projects until I finish something, because I used to be like, start this, start that, start this, and I didn't finish a single project ever. So I've gotten better at
making your start.
Like I have to finish something before I start something else.
Yeah.
Just because otherwise nothing ever got done, and my husband would be like, so were you ever like, you gonna finish something? And I was like, no. And then I was like, yeah, it actually is more gratifying to finish than like, I don't like having too much going on.
And then what I find for me is all that leftover. You're sitting there because you get bored of one or tired of one, then you want to start another, so you go and get all the yarn and the supplies for everything, and then before you know it, you've got all this huge stash and taking up space of all these unfinished projects. So I know that's what you should do. It's just I don't always follow my own advice.
And that's hard because that was another. Although I just bought some more yarn, I ordered it. It's gonna get delivered to your house.
Thanks. I get to see it. Can I open it?
Yeah, you can. It's from Knit Picks.
Okay.
We just moved and our house isn't done being built yet, so anyway, so I'm having things delivered to my mom's house.
and that was part of the reason why I think we were really going, let's start this podcast, because where she was living was like a half hour away, and so now she's going where they're moving to is probably about
5 minutes? I mean,
10 minutes.
If there's a little traffic, between 5 and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm excited because in our new house, I'm hoping, like in our bedroom, I can set up a little thing for us to record.
Yeah.
And we're back. A little interruption that we had to pause for. So this is my next project, and this is in this bag. So see, it has Belle on it. This is another one. I got it. It's a Molly Klein Designs thing. No, I got it on Instagram. Someone was like doing like a D-stash, and I happened to see it, and I bought it that way.
Cute.
Yeah. So, because my daughter's name is Belle, so I have to get Belle things. So this is a Rana shawl. So that the name of the pattern is Rana.
Okay.
And I started it, this is for Erin's birthday. So this is supposed to be for my sister's birthday.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I wasn't going to make her anything, and
This
then when I
is
saw her, I was
pretty.
like, at her birthday, I said, oh, I'll make you something, which was in March. And
That's really pretty.
yeah, it's beautiful. And this, I can't remember the name of the yarn. I don't think oh, I do have the little button or band in here. Oh, okay. It's Bayview Fiber Arts. I'm not going to pull it out because I want to keep it in there, but it's called Bayview Fiber Arts. I got it in my Fiber Share package, which is like the swap group thing, like a year ago.
And you're using it, see? Very
yeah, because
good.
it's beautiful. I showed a bunch of different colors to my sister, and this is the one she liked, and I think it's beautiful, just the different tones. And for my sister, I think it'll look really pretty on her, just with her coloring and stuff. Yeah. I think it'll be really, really pretty.
That's nice.
So that one needs to get done too by Christmas.
We'll get there. See, we think this podcast is going to motivate us to get our things done, which we will do.
Okay.
Since we're like, you have to be accountable now.
I know. So here's my last project that I've started. I mean, I probably have other stuff started, but this is the last one that I'm like working on.
Oh yeah.
So this one I'm very excited about. So it is going to be a baby sweater, and if you can kind of, I think you can see it. Yeah. So it's got that blue line in the middle, and then it's black on both sides, and it's a little Fair Isle kind of pattern, or two color. I think it's Fair Isle where you use the two at the same time. Which I used to love doing Fair Isle, but I haven't done it in probably 6 years.
And I'm still not good at it.
And I just love this. So the pattern, how it's written, it has you do like one color here and then another color in the middle and then like a different color at the bottom. And so it kind of like you could do almost an ombre kind of look. But I wanted to do just this blue in the middle. It's for one of my husband's coworkers' babies. So his wife actually just had the baby this week. I thought that she was due later this month, which she could have been, but baby was born this week. So my goal is to have it done in the next couple weeks, and they live by us, so I'll be able to like go bring it to their house. I'm super excited. It was a little different. I like the top. I'm gonna have to pick up stitches to do like a little collar button band thing. Like there's gonna be buttons right here. So I'm not looking forward to that because I don't like picking up stitches because they usually don't turn out very good. Like I might need to watch some tutorials to get them looking nice. Yeah, and then the sleeves and blocking, which I was kind of bummed. This one here, this blue, it was like as I was knitting, my hands were turning blue. Like,
really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna
because
look it
when
up.
you showed it, so she showed a picture of that on Instagram, didn't you? Gorgeous color.
Yeah.
That blue is
It's
just
super
beautiful.
pretty. I
But
love
hope it doesn't
Yeah.
fade.
So, and that's what I was thinking. I think I've heard if you like wash it in some vinegar or something, it helps set it. I'm gonna look it up because I really want the blue not to be
White.
coming off. Yeah, like I don't want the baby wearing the sweater and getting a weird blue stripe on their belly. So, yeah, I'm very excited about this to finish it. The yarn. So I had bought yarn. I bought the blue, and then I bought some like navy blue, and I wasn't feeling it. So then I went to the store and I bought this more black color, and I'm really glad I did because the other one, actually I have it here. You probably can't even tell, but this is the yarn I initially bought for it, and I wasn't feeling it, so I went and bought the black one, which is a Madeline Tosh BFL sock, I think.
And where
I
did
can't
you
remember
get
what
this one at?
was. Oh,
Or did you get
at
both?
Yarn Refuge. So I got this at Yarn Refuge. So that's one of my local yarn stores. I love it. They just moved. I haven't been to the new
They
shop.
did move.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very excited because where they were, it's in this part of town where there's like no parking.
So
it was
it's
hard
it's
to
in
go.
Reno, and it's just they call it Midtown, correct? They call it Midtown, and if you're familiar with Reno, then of course you know it used to be kind of I don't want to say a sketchier part of town, but it was just more rundown. And then they really renovated it, and they've made it really fun. Like really, lots of fun shops are there, but the parking is not
It's hard
the
to
best.
find. So I'm super excited that she's in a different area of town. It's a little bit farther away, but there will be parking. So
Yes, and
I'm
I-
super excited.
I know, good. I wanna
I
go.
love that shop. And then actually the black I got from Jimmy Bean's Wool because Jimmy Bean's Wool is our other local yarn store.
And we have it local here, so we
Yeah.
can go and shop.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of you are probably familiar with Jimmy Bean's, but
'cause they
we
have
can
a lot
actually go in
online.
there and shop. Yeah. It's
And this one was actually on sale. That's why I grabbed it because I was walking around and I wasn't feeling it, wasn't feeling colors, and I saw this one and it was in the sale section. I was like, that's the one. It's a little bit tougher than I would like for a baby sweater, but
Did it look black?
sure though-
I mean,
yeah.
it's almost got like a brownish.
it
tip
does.
to it.
And that
Okay. I like it.
yeah, I like
the
it
way they
too,
broke it up.
but yeah, so I'm
Nice.
super excited to get this done. This is probably the number one that needs to get done of all my projects because the baby was born. So it needs to get done.
That's your number. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Okay, Mom, your turn.
Okay,
Those are
so
three.
my stitches that I've started, so I only have one, and this one is, it's been sitting around for a while. I haven't done anything for a while with it. However, I started it for, it was called my waiting sock. And so what I would do is every time I had to wait for one of my kids, and if they have an appointment or a, oops, we have cats too. Okay.
So it's okay.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so that's what it was kind of. I just dubbed it my waiting sock. So, and this is, I do not know. It's self-striping, but it's turning out fun. It's just
And you
a
what?
fun
Is
sock.
that one you got Hobby Lobby?
I think I did.
I think you did too.
Yeah. And I've never used it, and it's funny. We used to knit socks a lot.
Yeah, my mom made a ton
A lot,
of
and
socks,
so
a lot of
with
socks.
wearing them, they've pretty much worn out. A lot of them have, and it's hard, but it's like, okay, throw it away because now I can work on more. So anyway, it's really fun. Look at how well that's. I think I like the striping of it. It's a fun sort of sock, and originally my intent was to, like I said, just work with it when I was waiting for appointments and things like that. However, it's just kind of got on my dresser, so I haven't picked it up until recently. So now, I mean, really, this was started like in January. unfortunately. And
Wait,
then
you have something that you finished.
oh, I guess I
Yeah.
do, but that's not stitches. Oh, mission accomplished.
Yeah, well,
okay.
we can just add it
And
here.
this is not quite finished yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
so I picked up. We were in, was it Depot Bay in Oregon? Is this where we got?
So.
And there was
There
some
in Lincoln
fiber
City,
there.
yeah.
Okay, and she had roving. Wasn't it called?
Uh-huh.
She doesn't have a,
It's
She
like
doesn't have a
Ellie's
website.
Discount
Yes.
Roving or something.
and it's in Depot
yeah.
Bay, Oregon, right on the coast. And so this was my first attempt at spinning with a drop spindle. So you bought a drop spindle there, right?
Yeah.
And I had this one. So this is what I used. Nothing fancy, but I really like them. I don't know why, but and so it ended up making this yarn. So like I said, it was my first attempt at some yarn. You can see, I don't know if it does that, but here's the made into the cake there. And then this, I made like a little headband, but I haven't blocked to do anything else. So here is the headband, and so it will lay flat. I think it's a little bit tight. I didn't really use a pattern, I just knit because I wanted to see what it would knit up like. But I really like it. So I thought I might unravel this one and maybe make a scarf. Because I think I have enough. See if it fits you. Oh yeah, see? Oh, or I could give it to her for Christmas, right? And it
Yeah,
would
if
be
you did like a
finished.
bun on top, that'd be
Yeah,
pretty.
it's cute, huh? See?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it covers your ears. I was kind of wanting something to, if I go outside.
It is kind of
cover
tight, but I think
Yeah.
that's nice for like if you're cold, it actually would stay there
Yeah.
instead of.
So, and see how it flattens out when it's on her head. I just think it's really pretty. I love the colors.
Yeah, me too.
that
It
she
is
did.
really pretty.
Yeah. And then I think that's all for as far as what I have. There was this other thing, and this probably goes into the next section, but I purchased something on Ravelry, and she gave me some roving. I can't remember what I bought. I think it was a Christmas gift.
Oh, you bought me roving. Could it be from there?
Yes, it was. So this is, what is this called? Hip strings. Is this backwards? Yeah, yeah, it will be. Okay. And then, but look how pretty this is. So I don't know if the light will pick it up on the camera, but it's got like it's really shiny. See those?
I think that's called Stellina.
Oh, see? She knows. Okay.
Like
Isn't that
the
pretty?
shiny,
So
yeah.
that's something, I guess that would be projects in the queue. Because I
Okay.
want to work with this, but just to play with. It's really pretty. Let's see what I like. Oh, it's called Undead Unicorn. So, and that is all I have. See?
Okay,
But we're getting there.
so our next section is going to be projects in the queue, like my mom just said.
Yeah, that was
And
mine.
so you're spitting
Yeah,
that
I
yarn.
was- Yep.
Now I have something for you. So for Mother's Day, I got this, and then I never gave it to you because we were going to start our podcast, but now it's July. So I had it already, although I didn't really think it through, but I mean, you could kind of close it. But
This
this
is for
could
me.
even be for you for
my
projects in the queue.
You want me to open it up?
Yeah.
Is it like a whole set?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I got
fun.
you. Well, as you pull it out. You'll
Okay.
see.
So this is. This. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
It's
Middle Earth. Ooh.
so it's a Lord of the Rings color. It's
This is really pretty.
so I thought I was buying a different one on accident, but that one's still really pretty. But I thought it was a different one she had made. So that's Valkyrie fibers, and she has beautiful self striping, but a lot of them are like she has a lot that are Lord of the Rings themed. So that's why.
Okay. So and this is going to be. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Let me show you this. So I got some size 1s in 9-inch and 32-inch. Okay.
Yeah.
So for
sock.
nice ones. Okay. So
Yes, and they're nice
new
because you
needles.
needed needles that
I
had
did.
a nice cable.
So I have been what I just showed you with my socks. They stick really bad. The cable where it meets, the metal part of it, it just sticks. So I have a hard time. And that's one of the
These are
reasons why I
great.
quit. So.
These are my favorite
Thank
needles.
you.
So I bought some for
Oh,
you.
I love it.
And there's a little stitch marker on this too. Or yeah, see, she's like she always sends like a little stitch marker. You can kind of see it. Kind of. It's got like
Is it
a little leaf.
heart?
That's a little
The
leaf.
leaf. Oh yeah.
But yeah,
cute.
I like that one.
Oh, thanks.
People send little things like
I do
that
too.
on theirs.
Yeah, and it's got like a little blue bean in there.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that's cute. That for here, I'm going to tell you a little bit because it's Middle Earth. So we have been in a book club that's more fantasy. I am. Yeah, I still am actually. And it was started a long time ago. And Sydney, you went a couple of times, and so it's more fantasy. So things like their very first book that I went to that they reviewed was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But then it was from our neighbor that we used to have years ago before we moved, and she lived a couple houses down from us. And she was awesome. Awesome neighbor.
Yeah, we used to read because she had a giant tree, so we would read under
Harry
the tree.
Potter.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And then her other thing is she was really big into Middle Earth and all of those and all The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, the whole thing. And you would go to her house and it was just decorated with all of that stuff. She's the one that told us about the Renaissance Fair. I mean, she's just been all of that kind of thing. It's just we think of Joanne. So anyway, she passed away a year ago on the 14th so of this month. So I'm like, this is sweet because it's Middle Earth.
Yeah, and
it just reminds me of her. Yeah, thank you.
Because I know that's when I bought it too. It reminds me of her too.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, see, so I will have you'll get to see what I'm doing with that. That's exciting. Cool.
Let's see. Oh, so for my projects in the queue, do you have anything else? Just some socks? I'm so excited because that's like nice yarn and nice needles, and I'm so excited.
And it feels really soft too. Like it's you can tell it's almost, I don't want to say silky, but it's got a smoother finish.
Yeah, I've made other Lord of the Rings themed socks for a friend of mine who really likes Lord of the Rings. I made them for her son. They turned out too big, but her son's like the same age as my daughter, and I made them they would almost fit my son, who's 3 years older. Okay. But yeah, it was really nice. I really love that yarn.
It's really pretty, yeah. I like it. Fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So for my project, so I have to. I'm telling myself I have to finish 2 of those that I have going. So the sock and the sweater before I can start another project. And the ones that I want to start, one of them is called Strange Brew by Tin Can Knits. So this pattern, it's really cool. You knit part of it, and then it has like recipes kind of for doing Fair Isle yolks. So
is that pattern on Ravelry? Is that where you found it at? So I wonder, while we're doing this, and if you could, can you insert pictures like on this video?
Yeah, probably.
Can show?
Yeah, I could. Okay, we'll see. I might have to like cut it and put a picture, and I don't know if I can like.
Okay, you
stick
can
a picture.
We're new at this still. Remember, well, we've done it, but not.
Not the video as much.
We're getting there.
Yeah, but it's really pretty, and that's why I was like, the pattern didn't have a great like picture, so I didn't, because I printed that off yesterday, but I didn't bring it. But I that's what I ordered the Knit Picks yarn for, is for both my kids. I'm gonna do brown for the like bulk of it, and then at the top I'm gonna have my son will have green in there, and then my daughter will have this dark purple.
So, and then you had a really good idea that you just told me recently that I really liked, where we used to go, for Christmas, we're going to just make all of these things for everybody, and then it was all in one day that we'd have to give all of the gifts
like
to, and we'd have to make everything,
Yeah.
and then the week before Christmas, we were running around with our heads cut off because it was like, what do? We don't have time, we're not finished, and we'd give one sock. So tell them about your idea.
So I've been trying to do birthday presents instead, which so far I've done like 1 or 2, but trying to do like birthday socks for people and things like that instead of Christmas, doing birthday and then maybe buying things for Christmas.
I like that idea.
Just to make it a little less stressful around Christmas, and like I'd rather maybe make some socks for my kids or something for Christmas instead of like, well, I'm trying to make stuff for everybody.
And that's what we were all doing, always doing that,
So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes the rest of this year. It seems like there's only been a couple birthdays so far, and then the rest of the birthdays are towards the end of the year too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then another one, which I don't know if I'm gonna start this one or not, but I was at Walmart and I grabbed this. It's different colors.
It looks
kind
like
of. I don't know how it'll be. I think it'd be good. So the plan was to make a granny stripe baby blanket, because I really like all the granny stripe blankets, but I kind of want to practice on something smaller to get the hang of it.
What's a granny stripe?
Oh, Mom. So you know granny square.
Yes.
So instead of going in a square, you're going back and forth, but you basically do the same. Like you just chain a bunch, and then you'll do like, I might do like double crochets across and back.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's a pretty big thing, like on different podcasts.
I like
and
probably
Instagram
I've
and-
made a bunch of those, and I just never call
Yeah.
them grinding stripes. Okay.
So that's, and then this one I thought would be fun because it's worsted weight. It's different colors already. I got a crochet hook too because I got like one that's got like the squishy stuff around it because I was crocheting recently with just a plain crochet hook and it kind of hurt my hands. So I'm going to see how this one goes with, and I think I have another like ergonomic or whatever that word is, to where it like fits your hand better, and I like that one, but we'll see. So this is something I might start because it seems like a bunch of people are like getting married and having babies right now.
And you know what's nice about those kind, and I have one that I'll show you, and I bet it's like that, but there's really no pattern, and
Yeah,
so when
and
you're
that's-
just knitting,
yeah.
you can do that mindless knitting. Sometimes at the end of the day, I want to knit or crochet or something, and I just don't have the I'm tired. You know, at the end of the day, you're
Yeah.
like, "Whew, I'm beat," and you don't to look at a pattern is like, ugh. But
Yeah.
sometimes like knitting socks, when you just do
Yeah.
those just straight knit socks, I like that because then I can just go. So
Yeah, and that's me too. Like I like to knit for the relaxation, and if I'm
right,
like stressed out trying to follow a pattern, it's not relaxing to me.
exactly.
I mean, sometimes I like something a little complicated, but for the most part, it's
Yeah.
easy, faster stuff to make.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it for.
Yeah,
I mean, I
okay.
think I have other things that I'm thinking of making, but I need to like cool it down.
Right. See, we'll get these done
Yeah.
and then we'll be able to show you. This is
Yeah.
going to be exciting because then we can show it on our podcast.
Yeah.
So, and even for us, what's fun about a podcast too is then you look back, you go,
Yeah.
oh yeah, look at that, I did make that, and you know,
Yeah,
so yeah.
'Cause that's why I was looking up our old blog. I think you were too, and I was like, oh, there I am, and that little thing I made. And
What is it? Was it
pictures.
Siddersknits?
Siddersknits, I think
.blogspot. Yeah.
.blogspot.com.
We'll have to look that one
Yeah.
up too. Maybe we'll start.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so you have a recommendation.
Yeah.
This is our next section called Random Recommendations, and you have a
Yeah,
similar-
so we were thinking kind of to make this like maybe either another podcast or a blog or, but not necessarily always like knitting or fiber related, but just
Yeah.
different stuff like
something that we like
yeah.
that we wanted to share.
yeah
with
that
you.
we really enjoy watching or looking at and want to share. So today though, this one is knitting related. It's another podcast called Wool Needles Hands, and I really like this one. She lives in Nevada too, Southern Nevada, but also in Nevada, and I really like this one because she has a lot of neat segments in there, and like she'll do like knitting in the news, and then she'll like talk about local yarn stores, different places in the country. So it's just a really neat podcast that has kind of some different features in it, and I really like it.
Yeah.
She's also dyes and sells yarn, and her name for that is Fiber for the People, and her stuff is
Is
beautiful.
she on Etsy? Or,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and Instagram. That's another one. Like Instagram
Okay.
is a good place, like that you go on there, and that's when people like share their update times and stuff
Okay.
like that. And her yarn is beautiful. I really want to buy some, but I'm trying to. I mean, I just bought yarn, but I'm trying to kind of not buy so much, especially while we
But
don't.
you have purchased from her
house. No, I
before?
haven't.
Okay.
I want to because it's beautiful, but I have
Yeah.
not. Like her colors are super pretty. I think they'd make
I'll have
really
to look
pretty
her up.
socks.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really pretty. So that was my recommendation today.
Oh, fun. Okay, I will definitely look at it. So speaking of Instagram, we have a Siddersknits Instagram too, don't we? So we that's where we can post our pictures at, and then we can give you the information in the show notes here.
Yeah, because that's what I tried making a Ravelry group. It wouldn't work yesterday. So
Okay.
it kept I kept getting errors, and then I don't know. So it wasn't working. So far none. Although I've seen people do this and they put their show notes in the YouTube like comment
Right. Well,
section.
that's what
and
I
that's
mean.
I kind of like
Yeah.
that because then it's right there, so you don't have to go on Ravelry to find it.
Right.
It's just right there.
That's what I do with
Oh,
my
okay. Oh, okay.
my YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
So then it will link it
Yeah,
for you.
because that's what I was thinking, just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
putting it down there so that the show notes are there, and then maybe copy them to Ravelry, but right now, no Ravelry group.
Yeah.
But I did try. So I did make an attempt, it just didn't work.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah. Okay, so then our next section is going to be either we share like a meal plan or a recipe. And
So Sydney and
we're
I have been
still- yes.
doing meal plans for years, I think.
Yeah.
I've been doing them, you've been doing them, and so that's one thing that I really think when we do a meal plan, we plan for like the week if we can to do. I think it really helps throughout your week. So you're less, you have more time throughout the week. I mean, I think it's just everybody knows that. It's just doing it is sometimes hard. So we've done it separately. We've done it together. We've shared recipes, and we like it. We like how it flows. So that's why we thought we would share that with you, because that's something that we probably do a lot of. I meal plan more than I knit. Okay, right now.
Yeah, me too. Although with the heat in the summer, I'm just kind of over
it's
that.
It's gonna be real. Well, we think it's hot here, but I know it's worse other places. But
yeah, I'm just kind of, I don't feel like cooking at all.
Yeah, we're just glad we have
I just want to like sit on my butt
or sit outside with water.
Yeah. Alex did. I might insert a picture. He did that yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna get my vitamin D in, and he just parked outside and put headphones.
Was he in the way, like with a sprinkler hitting?
No, just in the shade. It was actually pretty nice in the shade. But
yeah, it was nice yesterday.
So we're all out there, but he's got the noise headphones on.
So can't hear anything.
It's like, you have a good idea, except the kids are still around.
I know, that's why the headphones.
Yeah.
But you have a recipe
yes,
you wanted
I
to
do.
share. Okay.
So, and that's actually the muffins I brought over. So one's for you. I guess I probably should have given it to you before we started this. You could have been like, "Oh yeah, I tried it. It was good."
Great. They looked
Instead
good.
of like, "Oh yeah, that's for you over there." But so I just made these this morning, and they were pretty good. They're these blueberry muffins, and I found this recipe on Instagram. I can't remember who from, but I will write it down here. Yeah, I'll like write it across here. And they were really good, and they're really simple to make because I had everything on hand. You use the Kodiak cakes, that pancake mix, and then you put like an egg in there, some water. It says to use like Splenda, which if I had stevia I would have used it, but I didn't, so I just used a teaspoon of sugar, and then a couple mashed bananas because I had some bananas that needed to get used up.
Those are good because you didn't use very much sugar. So.
No, and then I added blueberries because I also had blueberries that needed to get used up because we bought them like a week ago, and they're okay now, but within a day or two they won't be. So they're not sweet. That's they're not sweet muffins, but they're in the sense of like normal muffin. You like eat it and like really sugary. But they're really good. Like it's kind of a heartier muffin, but really good and something different because I've been eating like eggs for breakfast every day. So it was something different that I really liked. And the reason I made these was because they're 1 point on Weight Watchers. So just that was kind of why I was
for
like,
one. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a normal size of muffin. It's not a mini muffin. It's like a normal muffin.
Oh, for 1 point? Okay.
So that's kind of why I made them. But they're just kind of a healthier option, especially if like my daughter was eating them. I mean, it's better than some of the other things she'll just eat all day. So
they like,
that's what. And then my son, he made himself a sandwich for breakfast. But
cute.
Just something that it was pretty good. And I'll insert a picture in here of the muffin I made. I took a picture of one. But yeah, I made 12 muffins, and I'm gonna eat those this week for breakfast.
Good. I like it. I'll have to try it. Okay.
And I'll share the recipe. Probably. I'm not sure how I'll share it.
We can link it.
Yeah, that's what I'll try to do. I'll try to link it in there because I was like, well, it's not my recipe, so I don't want to like.
Yeah.
Just share it when it's not mine. So yeah, I'll try to link it.
Okay.
Okay, that I guess is the end of all of our segments, and we're just still starting out and getting the feel. We'll see how this looks, and hopefully we'll, keep getting better and better, and hopefully we'll see how the sound is. Yeah, more content. We're just excited. We wanted to get back into it because if we kept going, we'll wait till later,
which we do.
Yeah,
we've been doing.
It never happened. Yeah. So we decided today was a good day, and we did it.
Here we go. That's right.
Yeah. So is there anything else? We have the last section of wind up, but I'm just trying to think
you
of
did.
anything.
Yeah. Just I think that's it. We might have more, and this was like we were saying it's our first podcast that we've done, and actually it's our first video podcast we've done together ever. So yeah. Because I had started one by myself, but then we decided to just. And then I have one, but it's stamp related, more paper crafting.
Which we'll have to share that on here.
Yeah, we'll share it.
And one of our random recommendations.
There you go.
And our goal, I think, is to try every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's our goal right now. but we'll see how that goes.
We want to.
Yeah, I think that would be fun, and we want to keep them on the shorter side. I think 45 minutes tops is our goal, like 30 minutes to 45.
Yes.
So we'll see. I don't know how long this one has been, so we'll see.
We don't know. We're looking. We can't see. If you were to see our setup, you would be. Yeah. There's a rubber band that's in the way, so we can't see.
Yeah, the tripod I ordered did
It's
not come
here,
in.
So we may do. We
made
still
it
are
work.
Here. Yes. Okay. That sounds
well,
great.
thanks for watching,
Yeah,
and
thank
we'll
you.
see you hopefully in 2 weeks.